Starlink launched a new service plan today, and it looks like they've finally been listening to some of their customer feedback because this new service plan is actually one of the most highly requested features that I've seen from Starlink customers. The new plan is called Backup 50 Gigabyte, and it's exactly as it sounds. It's a backup home internet plan from Starlink. So it's meant for people that have an existing internet service provider that they're happy with, but they want to add a backup option as a failover in case their primary internet service provider goes down. So in this video today, we're going to be taking a look at that new service plan. We're going to be looking at the Starlink website, showing you how to order backup 50 gigabytes, and then also diving a little bit deeper, going into some of the caveats and limitations and just weird things overall surrounding this new service plan. So let's jump on the Starlink website, take a look, see what's going on. So if you go to the residential page on the Starlink website, you see some new text here. It says reliable, high-speed internet wherever you live, $120 a month for unlimited home internet, or $50 a month for backup. That is the new part. That's something that I've never seen before on the Starlink website. That caught my eye, so thought I'd investigate further. So to see this new plan, what you have to do is type in your address, and I'm just going to select any location that pops up here and hit order now. And you see the new option now. So this is a newer checkout process on the Starlink website. They recently started doing this. It just looks a little bit different. It's the same process and everything. But you first select your service plan. Now we're under the residential service tier, but you notice instead of just having residential, now we have two options. We have $120 a month for residential, but now we have backup 50 gigabyte for $50 a month. And that is the new service plan from Starlink. And if we go to service details, we can see a little bit more information. And really this is what this video is going to be about. And it's how backup 50 gigabyte is actually just roam 50 gigabyte, an existing service plan that they've kind of rebadged to put under the residential umbrella of service plans. So running down the features, you have the same features as roam 50 gigabytes. You have countrywide access, so you can travel with it, use it in motion. You have international access for up to 2 months per trip. You have coverage anywhere in your country, and then coastal waters as well, up to 12 miles off the coast. You have 50 gigabytes of data per month that does not roll over, but you can purchase additional data at $1 per gigabyte if you need additional data beyond 50 gigabytes. And also, it doesn't say on this page, but I've also confirmed that you can pause the backup 50 gigabyte plan, just like you can with roam 50 gigabyte. And this right here brings me to the first caveat, the first major sticking point that I have with this new service plan. And it's right here at the top where it says there is a congestion charge in your area. So if we expand the price to see the breakdown and everything, you can see backup 50 gigabyte, $50 a month. And then we have the standard Starlink kit, which is the only option available for when you're ordering residential services. And then we have a $100 one-time congestion charge. Now this is what I have a big problem with right here, because they're charging you $100 for that congestion charge, which is intended to kind of prevent unnecessary residential signups in a particular area that is near or at network capacity. However, the backup 50 gigabyte plan, remember, is just literally roam 50 gigabytes. So you have roam data, not residential data, when you order this backup plan. So the big question for me is, why are they charging customers $100 in a congestion charge when you're just ordering roam, essentially? If I were to get onto the roam plan page and order roam for this same address, I would not be paying that $100 congestion charge because I'm ordering roam. Since backup 50 gigabyte is just rebadged and it's just a roam plan, then that's my big question. Why the $100 charge here? Now, if we scroll down to the hardware selector section, like I just mentioned, you only have one hardware option with residential service, including the backup 50 gigabyte option. You can only order the standard Gen 3 terminal with the backup 50 gigabyte plan or residential, and it's $349. That's the normal MSRP. And this is the other kind of key caveat, key feature of this backup 50 gigabyte plan. So a lot of you are probably wondering, as I did, why even offer this backup 50 gigabyte plan when roam 50 gigabyte exists? You could just use it for, the exact same purpose as you would this backup 50 gigabyte plan. Well, the real big difference here is that with roam 50 gigabyte, you cannot order it with the standard terminal. Can't order it with the standard kit. However, with backup 50 gigabyte, you can. You can order it with the cheaper equipment kit and pair that with that Roam 50 gigabyte plan. It's just called a different name, different service plan name. The big workaround here, though, that I don't think a lot of people know about is that you can actually get the standard kit on the Roam 50 gigabyte plan if you know how to do it. Basically, all you have to do is you have to order the standard kit under the Roam tab on the Roam Unlimited plan. That's a more expensive plan. However, you don't have to keep the service plan. Once you order it and your order goes through and everything, and it pops up in your account dashboard, you can actually change your service plan from Roam Unlimited to Roam 50 gigabyte and still have that standard terminal. So that's the workaround. That's how you would get the cheaper dish, the cheaper standard Gen 3 dish with the Roam 50 gigabyte plan. You can just buy unlimited first and then switch to Roam 50 gigabyte later. All right, so why is Starlink doing this? What is with this new service plan? If it's literally just a rebadged Roam 50 gigabyte plan, why even offer it? Well, I think the main reason is just marketing and how people navigate the website. So people that have an existing internet service provider, let's say you have fiber or cable or some other kind of high-speed internet, and it's just unreliable at times, or maybe you're worried about power outages, or if some other thing like wildfires or hurricanes bring those services down, you want a backup option. And Starlink is a perfect option for that because satellite internet, a lot of their terminals can be run off of batteries and things that, if the power goes out, you can still have internet. So Starlink is a perfect option for that. I'm glad that they're kind of playing into that because it's a really great market. People that have existing internet, maybe they wouldn't buy Starlink for their home internet, but they would buy it for a backup internet source if you market it like that. So what Starlink is doing is I think they figured out that, a lot of people are not going to get on the Starlink website and go to the Roam tab because, from a person who doesn't know about Starlink, Roam is like the travel option, right? I don't need that. I want backup internet option. And before, it looked like Starlink didn't offer that. Now, if you were in the know and you kind of explored Starlink a little bit and did your research, you would realize that you could indeed use the Roam 50 gigabyte plan as backup internet. But I think what they've done is just relabeled it as a new plan under the residential tab because that makes more sense to a lot of people who are looking for fixed home internet service, just a backup version of that and not like a travel version of it. So I totally get why Starlink has done this. What I really don't get is the things that I've mentioned in the video already, where they're charging you a congestion fee if you order it in an area that has that congestion fee charged to it, even though you're ordering Roam services. You're not actually ordering residential. So I don't think that's fair, number one. And number two, I don't think it's fair that they force you, if you order Roam, to order the more expensive mini dish to get that Roam 50 gigabyte plan. Yes, they have the workaround, but they try to hide that from people. I really don't get that one either. I think they should just open up any Roam service plan with any equipment that you can order off the Starlink website and not have to do some weird workaround. But I think bottom line here for this video, it's important to note that this new backup 50 gigabyte plan or the Roam 50 gigabyte plan, they both work great as backup internet options because they're essentially the exact same plan. They're just called different things. That's the new service plan from Starlink. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you be willing to buy backup 50 gigabyte if you needed a backup to your primary ISP? Or is it too expensive? Is it too limited as far as data goes? As always, I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.